What it is going on? I'm DJ avemcree, and surprise, yes, we are doing Beat Review Tuesdays today. On Tuesday, what a change, right? I got the dog on my shoulder, and I'm ready to dig in and hear some fresh beats. And first off, as far as announcements, I want to make a quick announcement to check out Ethan Sachi's Dirty Glove Sachi. It's a pretty darn good mixtape. I know there's a lot of fans of TM88's music and that he produces on this channel, and as this being a beat review video or whatnot, you should check out some of this stuff. It's very motivational. I hear a lot of TM88's style in a lot of people's tracks on here when I do beat reviews, so I'm pretty sure it'll be self-engaging. And I also did a review, so check out the link in the description box. Will link you out to the review of this tape, and then it'll link you to the download link so you can check it out for yourself, because it is free. And as far as other announcements, I actually have a pretty cool announcement about doing a championship edition of this towards the end of this year, since we're already in December. Surprise, surprise. And at the end of this year, I'm gonna bring all the producers back that have dope tracks on this channel, and we're gonna have one decent shootout, and the reward for whoever I pick will be $100. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but $100 is $100, and and that'll be your point. I'll send it to your PayPal, and you can ball out of control wherever you want to do. If you want to get a pair of shoes, can't get no Jordans, but hey, make it do what it do. So yeah, so that as well. I will have something cool coming up. I highly recommend that you check out Free Download Fridays this Friday, because something will be a cool Free Download Friday, kind of related to this mixtape. And yeah, shouts out to Ethan Sachi and my boy Swing. Y'all did y'all thing on this tape. So let's go ahead and get down to it, as this joint has his own mind right now. He had his own mind right now. We're gonna go ahead and switch her up. Check this out here. So I'm go ahead and preparate, and we're gonna get right into a lot of cool stuff, because it's a lot. Once again, it's gonna be a lot of reviews, and a lot of people have been submitting. It's getting better and better, so why not let it be what it be, right? So I'm going into ugly cam. Dude, you see my dog is out cold on my shoulder. That is freaking funny as heck. But so the first things first. I have a lot of submissions, but I'm gonna make sure that all the new people that are on the channel get in first. The first submission was from Jamie Wells. He actually, I told him to send me something because he made a comment on a video where it was a Q&A, and the Q&A, he said that it took him a year to perfect his craft, which, I think that's I thought it was kind of crazy that, somebody would say that, because nobody perfects their craft, not even the best. You always are on a quest to get better and better. But, it's his opinion. Let's find out. So let's hear some stuff here. So I play this track. I ain't gonna even lie to you. That was actually pretty darn sick. How that just really, it went from like something I was like, oh boy. At first I was just like, oh boy, somebody talking Schmidt. So, and then it really hit me. So that it was an awesome introduction. On the creative side, as far as advice, as far as the mechanical part of it, I would shorten up the intro because it will still have the same effect, regardless if it's 8 bars, 16 bars, or whatever. In terms of the mix wasn't bad at all. I mean, it was pretty darn good. It's pretty solid. I think the overall way that you expressed your melodic tones was pretty darn good, I have to say, and I like that. I think that might be the first R&B type track on the page, so I'm gonna actually give him a shout out there and run him back. That was pretty good. I cannot lie. I cannot tell a lie. So now we have a new submission from Bassman Juggin, and he says, I got a fire track I want you to collab on with you if you wouldn't mind. I have not been making beats in a while and I am stuck with finishing them. I just be stuck with basic melodies in my head. Can't think of nothing to add after a while, but hopefully I'll get out of this soon. So he has beat block. You should check out my video about, how to stop beat block, because there's like 2 tools that you can buy that will save you from that for forever. And I was working on it and thinking if you could collab with me and it would be dope. Here, oh dang. Dang it. He sent me a zip file. Send me a FL Studio zip file. I'm gonna check it out. I know a lot of people gonna be like, man, I'm gonna send you a zip and you better do it. But I'm gonna check it out because I thought it was a beat review, and he's been talking to me for a while now. So we have Sullivan Tuff, and hopefully I said his name right. And he has a track called Laugh My Ass Off. Yeah, I know I cursed, but he says, hey, I'm a big fan of your work and I've been producing for about 8 months and I'm 14 years old. I just want to thank you for everything that you have taught me. My pleasure. And I was wondering if maybe you could review my beat. Thanks a lot. Super Savage. Oh, that guy. Uh-oh.
Super Savage.
So, Super Savage beats. Yeah. A lot of controversy with that guy. But didn't know it was him at first, but I'm letting bygones be bygones, man. So, not even to dwell on what happened in the past with him. It's all good. Overall, get back to the beat review. I like the track. I really do like the track. I really like how sonically neutral the mix is, as far as terms of the clarity. So I'm assuming that he may have used a Maximus, which is very sonically neutral. It doesn't really have any of that great analog harmonic distortion that Pressworks has, which is to taste. I like Pressworks better, but Maximus is a pretty good thing. So he actually used that very well. The overall melody, very simple. At the same time, you had your nice little tricks or whatnot. And I don't say little tricks to be disrespectful, as far as, what you've done in terms of the gross beat and the filter flange. So pretty good stuff. I really like this track. So, thumbs up to you, and, good luck to what you're doing. And, I plan on doing some tutorials to help out people with learning how to make their own drum kits as well, because that's been highly requested, and I'm pretty sure that will solve a issue. So yeah, I like that track there. So I'm gonna go ahead and write them back and tell them, yeah, apologize for that, what I'm doing here. And yeah, so we're about at the 10-minute mark. So I want to say to y'all, if you see this part of this video, and for one person only, you have to put in the comment section, put in Sachi, and you have to spell Sachi right. And once you do that, wow, it's struggle Tuesdays. It's not beat review Tuesdays, but as you see my dog, make sure he's alive. But anyways, there you go. So y'all don't think I just killed him and put him on neck. But yeah, so if once again, Sachi, type that in, and once you do that, just put your email down and what you want in the store, and dj@avemcree.net. Link will be in the description box if you want to see what I got. So next we have for Squat G. I hopefully that I said that right. And he said, "Hi, avemcree. Hey, avemcree. Here's another track for Beat Review Tuesdays. I'm having trouble with my name. I changed my name to Fwask or for Squat, and because that's what everybody used to call me. What do you think about the name? Should I be Rooster or So he's actually been on the show, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip him on that. I'm gonna listen to that personally and write him back. I'm trying to do more new people, because all the new people are getting very angry with me. So we have Santos Martinez, and he says, "Listen to Lovely Nothing," and we're gonna check that out because that's what all he wrote. Yeah, so I'm trying to get as many new people in as possible. The older cast, a few of y'all are gonna be in the championship version. I'll email y'all and tell y'all that. And the whole entire goal is to have like at least maybe 10 producers competing for that grand prize. And tell me what y'all think about it. Tell me if I should do that. And this guy has removed the track. Son of a gun. So, dang it. Santos. And we have Jose Gonzalez. What's happening? And he says, hopefully I'm submitting this right for Beat Review Tuesdays. I appreciate any feedback on currently my favorite beat, please and thank you. You're welcome. My pleasure. And we're going to go to the track. Boy, we will have a lot of mishaps this beat review. Boy. So, yeah. So it's just loading and whatnot. I'm trying to get into it. Hopefully I won't see the oops. The track's been removed. SoundCloud. Yeah, so currently we're having issues with playbacks and sign-ins. And for those who, this is starting to become a lackluster show. Oh, but yeah, I'm gonna go in the screen cam real quick, show y'all what I'm dealing with. For some reason, SoundCloud is acting a little weird today. Oh gosh. And so I'm gonna save that person. I'm gonna save that person. This is. I'm starting to get a little stressed here. Ooh. And yeah. We're gonna switch that back. All right. Gosh, I just want music, guys. So Carson Kelly. We're gonna go into that. He said, "Hey, here's the track for Beat Review Tuesdays. Hope you enjoy it. Here's my SoundCloud. Thank you. Follow me already. Yes, I do. I follow everybody. That's my thing. I follow everybody." So, Mr. Carson Kelly, turn it down a little bit more. So, Mr. Carson Kelly, we got a pretty decent groove going here. It's a pretty decent groove. You know, in terms of the overall melodic tones, I could go and say, hey, you know, the tubular bell or the bell sound that you use is a little off tune to the main melody. In terms of the 808, it seems like it's far more on the right than it is on the left, and it's probably not an 808. It's probably just like a sub bass. So it might be having little phase issues, which you can fix. And if it is an 808, and because I also hear it kind of overlapping the other sample, if you're using FL Studio, you can just go and right click on that particular channel, and make sure that the sample is cut itself, and just let it do it automatically, and that will fix that. But yeah, overall that was pretty decent. You know, I don't have any quarrels with that. So yeah, that's just a few things that I would fix. So thank you, Mr. Carson Kelly, thank you, Carson Kelly, for that. And shucks. So I apologize for people that sent SoundCloud links. SoundCloud is having some technical difficulties. I don't know why. I will go back to a few and see if it will correct itself. So we have Ace Tone Beats, and what's happening, Ace Tone Beats, and he's actually, I wouldn't say a regular, he go into a bar or whatnot, but you know, he submitted a track called Halloween. Let's go ahead and hear it. So, Mr. Ace Tone, you never really disappoint me, you know, well, with your tracks. The first advice I could give you is the long introduction. Once again, long intros are great, you know, for whatever sentimental piece that you're trying to write when it comes to your composition. However, if you were trying to aim to work towards artists and stuff like that, which I'm pretty sure, because me and him share kind of the same interest in artists, so I'm pretty sure he actually, you know, his main goal is to, you know, work with artists. You know, long intros could you know, unseal the deal regardless. However, you know, there are artists that will work around that, so you know, this is just a matter of opinion, but overall that's cool. I will kind of work on just your overall leveling of your tracks, and which doesn't sound bad. I believe it's more of a compression thing, and you know, I might go back into teaching Maximus, because I like playing with Maximus. I love Maximus for a few things that other plugins can't do, and whatever else that Maximus can't do, hey, I got Pressworks and I can just alternate. But so overall, that was a pretty good track. I like your Ace Tone Beats, man. You already know I mess with you on the music. I trying to edit myself, so appreciate that. And yeah, make sure y'all spread the word of this. You know, we're getting kind of to the end of this. You know, I'm trying to make up for time here because there's so many different people that didn't get to be on the show because of the mishaps of SoundCloud. So, get Layston Portluck, which is submitted something, and the name of the beat is called Crazy Carl, my old high school nickname. So I'm gonna see if it pulls up in See if it pulls up on SoundCloud or not. Hopefully it will. If not, I'll just show you what's going on today. I don't know. I actually try to wait this out because this has been kind of an issue all day on SoundCloud. So that's why the show is a little later than usual. And SoundCloud is still acting a booty. There we go. It's getting there. It's just acting a little buggy. So I can actually go back, and it locked me out again. So we're going to play Crazy Carl. Oh, that's odd. So got a little issues here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and show you that. And let's see. I'm gonna show y'all what's going on. So I love how SoundCloud has these issues or whatnot sometimes, and I say that with extreme sarcasm because it kills shows like this. Let me see. So we got, but anyways, we have Jeremiah Bennett, which hasn't been on the show before, and you know he has a track called Uzi. We're gonna see if we could pull that up.
Jerry Beats.
So this is a very minimalistic track, but it actually has a couple of couple of weird kind of ways of just kind of like moving the composition. He used a pretty excellent thing, which I like to do, which is panning the 808s, where he actually just panned the kick or whatnot. So the mix itself was pretty sonically neutral. I mean, it wasn't colored distastefully or anything of that nature, because I really don't feel that stuff can be really distasteful as long as it doesn't sound as rational. But overall, it's very clear, very loud enough, and not distorted. Very good uses of that. So that I actually really like this composition. It's pretty different, but he shows very extreme natural natures of being a great engineer as well as a producer. And yeah, this is actually a funky track. Yeah. So between him and Jamie Wells, they have impressed me very, very well. So but yeah, I actually like that. I actually like that track. So shabam. So we're moving on to another track here. I know it's like at 24 minutes, so I appreciate everybody for hanging in there with me. Everybody that I went to their SoundCloud and it wasn't working today, I will give you another shot at the show, and we'll see if I can work something out with SoundCloud, because that was ridiculous. That really makes me mad that people actually couldn't get their stuff heard unless they sent the MP3. But we have Johnny Cage. He's returning again, and I'm doing returning guests as well, because so many of the new guys that was trying to help the show. And he said, "Hi, have me again. Felt like Swish Beat didn't really show my full potential, and here are a few I'd rather rock with you out and catch a wave. And here's my SoundCloud. I left it out last time. Anyways, enjoy. And appreciate you, Johnny Cage." And we're going to go ahead and play that track.
RIP to the competition.
So overall, I think this is pretty brilliant. When it comes to the things that I noticed, on the positive end, it was very short and sweet. You know, it got to the meat of the track very fast, which is a very good thing for those producers that are trying to get a artist to get on that thing and rip it apart and get that Grammy or the million records sold, or, you know, whatever your goal is, if it's just rocking out to a local crowd or whatever. So, you know, overall, I thought that was pretty impressive on that end there. And, you know, the instrumentation, I like the clarity of your instrumentation, the panning, all that was very gorgeous and well done. And, you know, it seasoned the track well. It's like having a steak, you know, and, you know, the steak is already good and tasty, but you put that A1 sauce on there and then it becomes brilliant. And, you know, I thought that was pretty good, you know, the way to do it. However, on the flip side, as far as your mix, everything on your mix was solid, you know, once again, minimalistic, simple and sweet. The bass in the beginning was too loud, that it was so loud that it was kind of giving some unaggravated distortion. So I would actually kind of just like turn it down just a little bit so that it doesn't, you know, smush everything. You know, I know it's very LVO-ish, but, you know, you can actually, some of the frequencies are not agreeing with the other frequencies in that particular melody. So, yeah. But other than that, my good friend Johnny Cage wins. But and I'm just saying Johnny Cage wins. I'm not telling who won this show. They will get a message from me, and I will message them back. So that is all for this Beat Review Tuesdays. Thank you for checking in with me and choosing me, your boy DJ avemcree. Once again, if you want to submit, the link, all the information will be in the description box. Hopefully you made it this far, and, you know, I'm gonna get the stuff together, and, you know, for those people that actually submitted, I will, you know, make it up to you and see either if I can check what's going on SoundCloud and do it again today, and, you know, or just save it up, which I'd rather just do it today. Hopefully get that right, because a lot of people are still submitting. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. If you like this video, give it a like. If you have any comments, please leave a comment, you know, give yourself a shout out, pat yourself on the back, and you already know what it is as far as the announcements. So yeah, if this is the first video you've seen by me, you know, subscribe. You know, I got plenty of other videos in my playlist that you might find very useful for you. So I'm DJ avemcree, and I bid everybody a nice day.